So just we shall discuss the important terms that is there in that comes under linguistics. First of all, synchrony and diachrony. Synchrony is the study of a language in a given time, whereas diachrony is through the time. Synchrony is like descriptive language. It studies a language at one point of time. It investigates on how people speak a particular language at a given point of time. Whereas diachronic, it is like historical linguistics. It deals with how a language evolved, or the development of a language through the time. For example, the way in which French and Italian have evolved from Latin, or Hindi from Sanskrit. Language and parole. Let us study. Ferdinand de Saussure made a sharp distinction between these three main terms: lay language, la langue, and la parole. Let us see each one in detail. Lay language is nothing. It is just the faculty of language as such, its forms and manifestations. It is the faculty of human speech as such, which we get by heredity, but which needs an environmental stimuli for proper development. Whereas lang is the totality of a language. It is from the examination of the memories of all the language users. It is the totality of a language. It is a social product of the faculty of speech, which is a collection of conventions which are adopted by a particular social body when exercising that particular faculty of human speech. Lang is corporate, it is a social phenomenon. It is homogeneous, whereas language is heterogeneous. So lang is basically grammar plus vocabulary plus pronunciation plus system of a community. Whereas parole is all the utterances that are produced. Lang is the totality of a language, whereas parole is all the utterances we do. And it is very much personal. Each person has got their own utterances. Dynamic, it is a social activity that exists in a particular time and place. Whereas lang, and in a very particular situation. Parole is very much personal, dynamic, social activity which exists at a particular time and place in a particular situation, and it is opposed to lang, which exists apart from any particular manifestation of speech. And when it comes to studying, parole or the utterances are the only thing that are available for the linguist to make an observation. Utterances are the instances of parole. There are some differences that we can find between language and parole, which is according to Stephen Ullman. Okay, so lang or language is a code, whereas parole is like encoding of a message. Lang is potential, whereas parole is actualized. Lang is social, whereas parole is individual. Lang is fixed, whereas parole is free. Lang is slow moving, whereas parole is like ephemeral, or it lasts only for short time. Because it is utterance, right? So lang is psychological, whereas parole is psychophysical. Then the other terms that we have to study is competence and performance. What do you mean by competence? Competence is the knowledge that you have of a particular language. Your ability, the system of rules that you have mastered, and the ability to produce and understand a vast number of sentences. That is competence. It is a study of the system of rules, whereas performance is the actual sentence themselves, like how you use language in a real life situation. Substance and form. Substance and form can be studied in two planes: content plane and expression plane. Substance is a content plane which gives importance to meaning, whereas form gives, or expression plane gives, importance only to the form, the proper grammatical sentence. For example, a particular sentence: a bachelor gave birth to a baby. Like, it is a well-formed utterance in the sense, like grammatically it is correct, but then meaning wise it is completely absurd and a nonsense sentence. So that is the difference between substance and form. On the content level, substance means the whole mass of thoughts, emotions, feelings, ideas, concepts without reference to the language or the language that people use. Units of language are its form and systems of language are its substance. Now next is syntagmatic and paradigmatic. When you say a sentence, "we can come home," it is the linear arrangement of words, and that is syntagmatic, that connection. Whereas instead of we can use he, she, it, they, etc. Instead of can, we can use many other words. Instead of come, we can use many other words. So those possibilities are written in a vertical form, and that is paradigmatic relationship. Arbitrariness. What do you mean by arbitrariness? Arbitrariness is the absence of any kind of connection between a particular word and an object. Suppose the dog, the animal dog. Okay, as such, when you see that animal, it comes to you, the word comes to you as dog. Why? Because it is already made and given that term like that. In our like from years, if instead of the word dog, if the word cat was used for that particular animal, we would be calling it cat. So there is no connection with that particular thing and the name that is given. Okay, and according to R.L. Trask, this is what makes it very difficult to learn a foreign language, because of this similar sounding words in a secondary language. Duality. What do you mean by duality? The sounds for g, o, d, etc. by itself, it doesn't have any meaning. Only when you are connecting it with other sounds, okay, only when you are combining it with other sounds, it forms words like frog, dog, god, etc. and gives a meaning. This is known as duality or double articulation. Displacement. What do you mean by displacement? Displacement in the sense like we can speak about things that are of very past, of 2000 years ago, or we can even speak of things that are so far away, miles and miles far away from us, Antarctica or North Pole, etc. So that ability, that is known as displacement. Human language enables the users to symbolize objects, events and concepts which are not present at that particular moment of communication. Cultural transmission. What do you mean by cultural transmission? Cultural transmission in the sense like this language is passing from one generation to the other generation of a particular community. That is cultural transmission. When people of other culture, when they learn our language, that is also a cultural transmission. Juncture. What do you mean by juncture? Juncture is the identical sequence of sounds that gives different meanings. That means the syllables that exist, the successive syllables, they can be arranged in different way to give different meaningful words. For example, a name can also be read as an aim if you put that n near to a. That's stuff can be read as that is stuff. That is juncture. Liaison. Liaison is when it is a link or a connection. It is the act of joining sounds, for example, pronouncing a consonant that is not usually pronounced at the end of a word, etc. We had studied linking r, intrusive r, etc. Linking r in the sense like in a sentence, my car is red. This car, C-A-R, it is actually pronounced as car. That r is silent, but the next word that follows it is and it begins with a vowel. Then this r is pronounced. It is linking r. Whereas intrusive r is when there is not even an r in a word, but then when one word ends in a vowel and the next word begins with a vowel, automatically a r sound is put in it, and that is intrusive r. Such kind of connections that are between two words, or the link or the connection between two words, are referred to as liaison. Assimilation. Assimilation, what happens is that when two different words, for example, news plus print together gives newsprint. A news ends with z sound, and when it is joined by print, because of the influence of the sound p, what happens? It becomes newsprint. Z becomes s. Such kind of a change is assimilation. Assimilatory changes can be allophonic or phonemic in the sense like it can be like z changing to s. It is like phonemic change. Allophonic change in the sense like aspirated ones can become unaspirated, unaspirated ones can become aspirated. Now, alison. Alison is what happens when two words are put together. What happens? One particular sound gets dropped. That is known as alison. For example, bedtime. Bedtime. When you say it together, it is bedtime. That d sound is dropped. Last time, t is dropped, and we say last time. Okay, so I hope you understood all these kinds of important terms that comes under linguistics.